Hello and welcome everybody to World of Warships Open Beta. First and foremost, after nearly a month of waiting, calling people and making angry emails, my graphics card has arrived. It is a AMD Radeon 380 and it is glorious. But that is not the purpose of this video. Of course, the purpose of this video is to show you my first impressions of World of Warships Open Beta. Now, I've played a couple of games, just enough to sort of get a general idea of how things work, even though I did know before I actually got into the game. Obviously, I've been following the game since, well, almost the earliest days of its existence, shall we say. And, well, it is in open beta right now, and the Hashidate and the Erie are the first two ships that you get by default. Obviously, there are only two nations, Japan and the US, with the exception being the premium tier 6 United Kingdom or Royal Navy ship, the Warspite, and the USSR have two ships, the tier 3 Aurora, the legendary Aurora, and the Murmansk class at tier 5, which, wasn't it the Gromiyashi or something like that that was previously here? Anyways, it's the Murmansk now, and, well, let's not look at premium ships, as I'm sure I'll get around to playing those eventually, but for now, actually, wasn't Gromiyashi a thing that you can only buy in the closed alpha? Maybe it's changed now. It doesn't matter. We're going to play in the Hashidate. I'm going to tell you my first impressions on the way the game feels, works, how well the tanks players can get into it, and how they're going to feel. This is stuff that you've heard already, right? So, my apologies. This is stuff that you've heard already, probably, right? If you know about the game, then you know what it is like. But for the few of you that maybe do not know, I'm going to show you just sort of, literally just my impressions of what I think about the game and how I feel about it, not an in-depth review or an analysis of the game mechanics and everything, because there isn't going to be any of that. I haven't played long enough, A, and B, you've already heard that. There are hundreds of videos, if not more, on YouTube that will show you this, right? So, we're going to jump into a random battle, I believe. No, is it a co-op battle? Yes, that is a co-op battle. Oh well, I thought I should have jumped into a random battle because I unlocked them, but whatever. I'm commentating and playing, so it should make it a bit more fair for me to play.
Battle starts.
To play in a co-op battle, as the AI is kind of shit. Alright, so first of all, if any of you have played Star Trek online, you'll be very familiar with the controls. It is basically almost exactly the same. I feel bad saying that, but it is. You have your speed settings. You don't go forward by holding W, just press W a few times, and this is like your speed settings down here. And I really like this. I was surprised at first that how much, you know, it shouldn't make too much of a difference, right? But it kinda does, and I kinda love it. Because it makes it interestingly different from all other sorts of games of this type that I've ever played, right? Because usually you play stuff like World of Tanks, for example, or World of Warships, what's the other one? Oh, I'm gonna get killed by the community now, am I? The other tank game. Shit. This is why you should prepare papers and, like, read from a script while you're commentating, but I'm not professional enough, apparently. War Thunder. Thank God. Oh, God. I'm not going to get murdered now. Good. War Thunder, yes. So, you'd expect that, you know, it's refreshing to see this type of movement being used. Is that my smoke or am I being shot at? Holy shit, that actually hit! Not a completely professional reaction, of course, right there. Holy shit, that actually hit was said by the legendary general. I'm making all this shit up as I go. Anyways, It's just against bots, don't worry about it. I'm pretty sure we'll do fine. Just gonna skip over the mountain, hopefully, and hit him. I should have given him more lead. Getting him from over there, I believe, although... yeah, no way, he can't hit me. Let's go and help him deal with that. So, yeah, but other than just showing you the video, there is little I can discuss, as it's essentially World of Tanks in the water. It's made by the same company, but again, this is all stuff you know. I'm 99% of you know this already, so it feels kind of awkward doing this. I will play this a lot more on the channel, which is something that should be, of course, said. I adore the game from as little of it as I played. I love it, right? So, especially I love this, like, giving them your full broadside is incredibly satisfying. I actually missed him there. Yeah, not this time! Burn, baby, burn! I took out one of his guns, I believe. Let's slow down here. Burn, baby. It's so satisfying, and it doesn't stop being satisfying, if that is a sentence that even makes sense. It is continuously, it is so refreshing of a game. It's really, we haven't seen something a lot like this in ages. The closest thing I personally that have played is Silent Hunter, probably, which is with submarines. So I feel like the world and the internet and the world really needed a game like this, and we got it. So I'm very happy with that. Make sure we're going at full speed. So yeah, it's surprisingly easy to get into, despite the controls and everything being pretty drastically different from anything I, at least, am used to, and probably most of us. It's pretty easy to pick up and realize how it works. The interface is easy enough to use. I know people have criticized it, but it works, right? And the game is still in beta. Obviously, the standard disclaimer that has been repeated a few million times goes here. Shit. That was a close call. That is a battleship. You do not want to ram that in any circumstance whatsoever. Right, let's turn about and head straight for them. Let's give them our left broadside. You really need to think about how you're going to turn your cannons, because obviously you do not want to fire frontally at your enemies. Firing frontally is only going to activate 2 of your cannons, while it's going to put them to work, right? Giving them your broadside doubles your damage. Something that you need to think about, obviously. That is not enough lead, I'm afraid. Well, it's not enough lead, but it is some lead. Probably the other 2 as well. Just a bit short, I'm afraid. These should be good. Yeah. Some more. Yeah, take that. 1,800 damage. I don't think I should be firing AP at him. Yeah, this is one of those things that will probably bug me out the most. When should I fire AP at battleships and when HE? Also, the types of ships I shouldn't fire high explosive ammunition at. They armor penetrating. In World of Tanks, it is ridiculously obvious for... it's just ridiculously obvious, but here it's a bit more complex than that. But I think HE does it against lower tier ships always. So, set him on fire too. Salvo or 2 more into this guy should do it. Boom, boom. I want to try and hit his citadel at these ranges, I guess. That's his secondary batteries, I believe. Do they even have secondary batteries? I'm not sure. Whatever it is, he's about to die, so there we go, he's dead. Use Q and E if you want to set your ships to keep turning without you pressing the button, but I find that A and W works perfectly well, because usually you're doing sharp turns, right? You're not exactly skiddling slightly to the left or right most of the time, and when you are, you just sort of tap A or D a couple of times. You're set. Obviously I haven't gotten the chance to play, what are they called? Aircraft carriers. Yeah, that needs way more lead. What am I doing? Let's open up from sort of this angle at him. Fire in front of your ships, goddammit! This is the World of Tanks syndrome of not firing in front of the enemy, because you usually never do that. Well, you fire slightly ahead of him, but not like miles ahead of him. Hits. Hell yeah! Woo! That's what I'm talking about. It's so destroying to just see them explode in insane rages, or just sort of shotgun them really close up. And I consistently seem to do pretty well against these bots. Obviously against players it's going to be drastically different, as they know their shit, right? But as little of it as I played, and my reward for leveling up, I'm sorry, the audio is way too loud. My reward for leveling up was like 100,000 credits, which is just thank you Wargaming, I guess. Yeah, we can now research this, I believe. Ship expedition there, okay. Coastal Mountain, we can research the secondary hull. So again, you see the modules here, that it's pretty similar to all the tanks, the interface, and it works. I really like it. There is not a lot I can talk about in this video. So the point of it was to say that I really love the game, and that my impressions are, my first impressions are, should be fairly obvious by it. I love it, and I'm going to play a lot more of it. I'm also thinking about doing some other Let's Plays. Now I have basically 2 months ahead of me of absolutely free time, nothing to do, more or less, without any obligations. Obviously there's stuff to do here and there, but school's off, so yeah. 2 months of videos. It's not that long, actually. 2 months goes by pretty quickly. I'm aware of that, but I'm going to continue making them after 2 months. Obviously, I have taken some 3 weeks off of YouTube, and that's pretty bad for the channel, pretty bad for everything, but here we are nonetheless, right? And thank you very much for watching, obviously, as always. Please remember to like and comment down below, share this with your friends if you will, although that is a bit too much to ask. As it really does help out the channel and me as a YouTube personality. Personally, those two words shouldn't go in the same sentence, personally and personality. No, nonetheless, here we are. Thank you very much, as I said, and until next time, take care, bye-bye.